facts DC fans need to accept. Let's do this. Marvel Street Tier characters are equally as skilled and powerful as DC Street Tiers. Powerful? Maybe. Skilled? Definitely not. In terms of skill, as a martial artist, a fighter, a combatant, DC characters just scale higher than Marvel characters. They have better statements, better feats, better showings, better overall scaling when it comes down to skill, technique, ability, and fighting capability. The power aspect, sure, I can probably get behind that, especially if you're considering higher street tiers like Spider-Man, but in terms of overall skill, DC definitely has that. Thanos is beating all the Justice League in 1v1s, including Superman. This I wholeheartedly disagree with. While Thanos is powerful, many of the Justice League members are vastly faster and have the AP necessary to deal with Thanos. But if you want to boil it down very simple, we'll talk about just Superman because he was brought up. I said this before and I'll say it again. If you think that Thanos and Darkseid are equal to each other, which I don't. I think Darkseid scales dramatically higher. But for the sake of argument, if you think that they scale equal to each other, Superman regularly dogs on Darkseid. I just did a video showing him dogging on Darkseid in multiple iterations in multiple different avatars. If Superman can solo Darkseid with ease, Thanos will be a no contest. Mr. Fantastic is the smartest character in comics. This one, I think, is fair to say, at least within the Earth-based characters. There are, of course, going to be characters like, say, Brainiac, who is just naturally going to be more intelligent than Mr. Fantastic. But when it comes down to the superheroes and the supervillains, Earth-based wise, yeah, Reed Richards is definitely number one. He's incredibly intelligent, and his intellect feats outscale almost everyone. Chaos magic is the most powerful form of magic in comics. Sure. I mean, magic is kind of one of those things that I don't think it's necessarily more or less powerful, but rather how well the user uses it or how well you handle the advantages or drawbacks to it. Magic is very malleable in terms of its powers and capabilities and any form of literature. Oftentimes, it's tough to get a good magic system that follows the rules very strictly. With DC and Marvel, their magic tends to go all over the place depending on the necessity of the story. So I guess you could say that, but at the same time, like, I think it comes down to the user and what they're capable of with magic. Flash isn't defeating high-tier Marvel characters like Thor, Hulk, or Sentry. While it is fair to say that Flash may not have the ability to defeat these people, although I could argue, maybe, at the same token, I don't think they're going to be able to catch a Flash. I don't think they're going to be able to hit the Flash. If Flash is going at his max speed and there's no plot-induced stupidity, these guys are not touching him at all. Not one bit. I mean, you maybe can argue Sentry with the Void and the capability of using telepathy, but Barry actually has pretty good resistance to telepathy and has like a way around it. He was able to resist Martian Manhunter's telepathy by basically speed thinking his way out of it. But that was like a one instance. At the end of the day, sure, these characters could all one-shot Barry, but could they touch him? I'll concede that Barry may not be able to defeat these characters, but realistically, I don't think they're going to be able to catch him. So those are just my opinions. What's yours? Comment Stitch Duet. I want to know.